You're welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. President Akufo-Addo is counting on the Greening Ghana initiative to reverse the devastating degradation of the country's forest cover. At 8 million hectares of forest cover at independence, the country now has only 1 million hectares. The current state, according to the president, is dire and therefore requires urgent steps. At the Jubilee House, the president planted the Tree of Life, also known as Lignum Vitae, as part of the 5 million trees being planted nationwide.
We're gathered here today for a historic ceremony, the commencement of Green Ghana Day, a day that has been set aside to plant some 5 million trees across the country. The forest, as we all know, is one of the most important natural resources of our mother Ghana. As its continuous existence creates jobs, provides incomes for local communities, is a source of foreign exchange earnings through timber product exports, and offers environmental protection, including water protection and climate change regulation. However, the exploitation of forest resources for national development has not been sustainable over the years. Deforestation and forest degradation are the greatest challenges to sustainable forest management in Ghana today. The consequential effect of deforestation and forest degradation is severe climate change, which has dire consequences for our livelihoods, specifically the drying up of our water bodies, the pollution of our waters, loss of our prime timber species, loss of biodiversity, and change in rainfall patterns and weather conditions in the country. There's thus an urgent need to reverse the trend and restore our forest resources as much as possible back to their original state. We do not have tomorrow or the day after tomorrow to do this. We have to act now. As President of the Republic and co-chair of the eminent group of advocates of the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I'm leading the nation today, 11th June, Green Ghana Day, to plant at least 5 million trees across the country as part of the master plan of Ghana's Green Ghana agenda. Government is determined to restore the lost forest cover of our country. Indeed, we're doing so through a number of policy interventions. The attempt to regulate and sanitize the small-scale mining industry is one such to help keep our forest cover and reserves intact. Today's nationwide exercise will not be a one-off event. We intend to enhance ongoing afforestation programs and see to the sustainable exploitation of our forest resources. I assure the Ghanaian people that government is determined to ensure the survival of the 5 million trees being planted today. Together, we must and will protect our environment and ecosystem, and we must contribute to the world's agenda at combating global warming. We have to protect planet Earth and our motherland, Ghana. I appeal to all Ghanaians to embrace the Green Ghana initiative introduced by government and being driven by the energetic, youthful Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, the Member of Parliament for Damango, the Honorable Samuel Abu-Jinapor. It is an ambitious initiative, and we will make the necessary effort to sustain it. God willing, this event will be an annual one, and planting targets will be reviewed upwards every year.
about reviewing the target upwards every year. I want to take you across the country. Let's begin at Damangu, the capital of Savannah region. The regional minister, Said Muhazu Jibril, has led the various teams there on this tree planting exercise. Our correspondent is joining me, Isaac Nonya. Isaac, run us through how the tree planting exercise went in your area today.
In the Savannah region?
Right. Isaac, start again for me so we can hear you properly.
Yes. I said out of the Zoom in the region, while two were Zoom in northern region. So out of the number that have Zoom in northern region, in Savannah region, 250,000 seedlings were given to the region to go around and plant them and then ensure that the area regain its vegetation cover. Speaking to the addressing journalists, the regional minister, Said Muhazu Jibril, said that the exercise has come at the right time, considering what has happened to the vegetation. If you look at the charcoal burning, commercial charcoal burning, rosewood logging, and what have you. So as part of their effort to also collaborate with government, they want to ensure that they continue to ban the exercise and then to also ensure that the trees that are planted will grow and grow well to replace those that will be taken away. But there's one threat to this particular exercise, that is water. The water of this plant, according to the regional minister, we have to be another exercise, a deliberate exercise that will be initiated by the region to make sure that these plants that have received will be able to grow and to help the region.
Isaac, before you go, run us through whether or not the minister talked about what plans there are, exactly what is going to be done to make sure that the trees that have been planted don't die at birth, so to speak.
Exactly. They provided a net cover, a mini fence around these plants, and also the youth in afforestation will all go around to inspect that these trees are well kept, and then also there will be a standby water project that will all go around, that will all make sure that they water these plants. And the people living with disability in this region, their chairman, Takura Joshua Dramani, also made a passionate pledge on behalf of the association that they will all go around, supervise and to ensure that the trees grow and grow well, so that they will also benefit from the vegetation that they never had before.
Okay. Isaac, thank you very much. Isaac Nonya is our correspondent for the Savannah region. I'm going to take you to the northern region right now, where the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, George Mreku Duka, says he said Ghana's forest reserve currently stands at less than 1 million. He also adds that Ghana has about 8 million hectares of forest reserve back then, as we said earlier on, but 1.6 was set aside as reserve and gazetted. Martina Bugri has been monitoring the program there for us today. Is joining us. Martina, run us through how it went at your end.
People in the region welcome the idea, considering the devastation windstorms have caused to people in the area. And so individuals, women groups, youth groups, institutions came out in their numbers in their own small way to plant a tree within their communities, within their offices, and then within their homes. But the climax was in Yendi, where the deputy minister, the minister, and the Yana led a team to do the planting of the exercise. The northern regional minister said that assessment of how these trees would grow would be part of how he would assess his minister, his MD East, in the region. So how these trees will survive would determine the marks that he would make. And so he is putting an importance to this exercise and urge everybody to help. The Yana said the region has had its fair share of devastation when it comes to destruction of trees. And so he's urging all to support the cause, but he's also calling for a better fuel alternative use, such as gas, made cheaper so that people can afford. If that is done, it will help the cause, as he said.
We've heard from Isaac Nonya that there's a plan apparently to make sure that these trees actually grow. Share with us that plan as well. Did the minister speak about any plan to sustain this?
Yes, and like I said, he says that the survival of these trees in these districts will determine the assessment he would give to his MMD. So you are expected to ensure that these trees, you just don't plant them, but you nurture them until they grow. Unfortunately, it's been done in the rainy season where watering wouldn't be a problem. But they are envisaging that during the dry season, they will put in place measures to ensure water is provided so that these trees will survive the dry season.
Well, Martina, I like the fact that you said the people have hailed it. The people have accepted the project because of what rainstorms have done to them in the area. We hope that it will be sustained subsequently. Martina, thank you very much. Martina Bugri, the Northern Region correspondent. Now, the Ghana Black Stars also joined the University of Cape Coast and the Forestry Commission to plant nearly 600,000 trees in the Central Region alone. Central Regional Minister Justina Marigold Asan, who led the exercise, said what her administration would do is to partner the Forestry Commission to monitor the progress of the seedlings that have been planted today. Richard Kojo Nyako took part in the tree planting exercise. He reports.
The tree planting exercise has started in the Central Region. The regional minister is leading the park. It started at the Regional Coordinating Council. Here we are at the University of Cape Coast, and the university estimates planting about 80,000 trees. And the planting has started. The senior members of the university professors, doctors, and everybody at the university setting is here planting their trees. I've seen the Vice Chancellor here. Shortly we'll be speaking with the Vice Chancellor to tell us more about how the tree planting is going. So let me speak with the regional minister. She seems very excited about what is going on.
For mine, I'm putting my name there to signify that I was part of this beautiful location, and I believe all other colleagues will do same and nurture the plants to grow very well. The best of it is to monitor what it's done after you've given it out. Thankfully, the Forestry Commission themselves have instituted a plan that when you take it, they will even take your GP to know where you are planting them and making sure the monitoring exercise will go on to engage them to see that the plants that they took are growing and growing beautifully.
The senior members of the university professors, doctors, and everybody at the university setting is here planting their trees. I've seen the Vice Chancellor here.
Forestry Commission Ghana has accepted to support us. They have provided us with 30,000 seedlings of economic trees, and UCC through grants and garden, we have also nursed 50,000 economic trees. We are not going to plant and leave them. We are going to plant and keep them so that the university will have very green environment that will support academic work.
So we've got the monitoring and evaluation officer here. Yes. So tell us, beyond this day, yes, what is going to happen?
We'll be cultivating a lot of crops here. We'll be doing maize, we'll be doing cassava, we'll be doing coconut. So we have other parcels of land that we intend embarking on similar ventures. We want to go into agroforestry as a means of, helping to prevent encroachment. You know, the university has been battling with the issue of encroachment for some time now. And so we want to use this as a means of fighting encroachment.
You are beaming with excitement. Tell us, what makes you excited this morning?
Seeing today come into fruition is a very happy moment for me, because it's not been easy with the preparation together with UCC and our other stakeholders. So to see that everything we planned is on course gives me joy.
So let's go beyond this. So on a normal day, beyond 11th, are we going to see you support people to grow more?
Yes, we have a different component of plantation activities. We actually have a target for trees on farms. And that one is also a target of seedlings raised with the Youth in Employment Agency for free supply to farmers, anybody interested at all. We do this every year. And Green Ghana too is something that has come to top it up. So I've even told people that it doesn't end with Green Ghana. When the Green Ghana ends to the 11th, there are seedlings still available.
Let me speak with Dr. Mike Boachi-Adom. You took part in this exercise. Tell us why you decided to take part in this exercise.
Well, it's the right thing to do. We need to keep the nation green, and since government has initiated this, those of us at the University of Cape Coast must support this initiative. Again, we are not supporting because it's a government initiative. We are supporting because it's the right thing to do. And even at the individual level, we must encourage individual staff of the university, individual homes, to plant trees all over the country.
Yes. Tell me what's behind the smile.
Well, what is behind the smiles is that we have a lot of the staff of the university ready to plant at least one tree today to make sure that we keep our ecology and that to sustain our foliage and to also make sure that we are really ready to keep the environment the way God gave it to us.
The Ghana Black Stars have been camping in Cape Coast, and they took the opportunity to be part of the tree planting exercise. They joined the regional minister and the University of Cape Coast community to also plant the trees. So you have Pate, you have Jordan Ayu, you have Andrew Ayu, all of them taking part in the tree planting exercise here. From the University of Cape Coast, my name is Richard Kwejonya for Joy News.
Richard Kwejonya is joining me via Zoom, so we have a quick chat on the back of this. Richard, interesting one. To have the Black Stars join in this program in your area must be very exciting. Let's talk about this park. Which park is it? I mean, because we're expecting the trees will grow on this park. Give us an idea.
Well, so this is a part of the University of Cape Coast. This is a place that the university has earmarked for the planting of trees. And so that is a designated area. Already, the Forestry Commission has given the university 30,000 seedlings, and the university itself has also gone into it to acquire 50,000, so making 80,000. And they are planting all of these seedlings at the park that you saw, and then at the borders of the university, because they have been battling with some encroachment issues. But beyond this, the Black Stars came, and it was the icing on the cake because they've been camping. You know, they have a match tomorrow. And so they took the opportunity to be there, and then it excited everybody. Their favorite players that you've not seen before, planting some of these seedlings. It was so amazing to many of them. But beyond this, the Catholic Church has also been engaging in this same activity. They say that they are planting 1 million trees this year alone. Charles Gabriel Palmer-Bakel, the Archbishop of the Metropolitan Diocese of Cape Coast, said that they will do everything to sustain this particular exercise. So, Gifty, this is what has been happening in the Central Region as far as the Greening Ghana exercise is concerned.
So this part of the Cape Coast University in a few years will be almost looking like a forest, I assume. But then one of the persons you spoke to said these are economic trees. What kind of fruits are they growing? Do we know?
Well, I exactly. I do not know what kind of economic trees they are, but the University of Cape Coast, the agricultural section, so they went to select some of these economic trees. You know, They were nursing some of these trees, and so they are using them to augment what the Forestry Commission has given them. And so they have intentionally procured these economic trees to enable them, bring some kind of fruit and other things to the university when these trees grow.
Interesting. And I suppose that the people of Cape Coast, apart from the Cape Coast University, that outside, the people also have embraced this project and have been a part of it.
Yeah, Gifty, interestingly, people feel that this day should be set aside as a holiday for the people of Ghana because it is something that many have come to embrace wherever you pass. And then the publicity has gone very well. So you see people trooping to the various designated centers that have been set by the Forestry Commission to go pick their seedlings and to be planted. And so some planted them behind their buildings, at the frontage of their building, and at places where they were hitherto looking for seedlings to even plant there. So it's something that excites them and they want to see more of this.
Interesting. Richard, thank you very much. You seem to have had the most exciting of today's exercise with the Black Stars and all. Richard Kojonyako is our correspondent in the Central region. Let's move from the Central region. Let's hop on to Bono East. With an estimated population of 12 million people, the region is planting a total of 300,000 trees with much attention on planting along the Tano River, which is the region's largest water source. The motive, according to the regional minister, Kwesi Edujan, is to be in line with the Green Ghana project, save the water bodies which fall within the Sustainable Development Goal 6, which also focuses on providing clean water and sanitation for all. Correspondent Anas Sabit is joining me for more. Anas, a rundown of how yours went today.
Yes, Gifty, like you said, the focus this day or today is to ensure that the Tano River is saved from, drying up entirely. It is the region's largest water source, like you rightly said, but over the years, because of deforestation and human activities along the river banks, the river is more or less drying up. And so the authorities in the region decided to ensure that trees are planted along the water body to save the river source. Apart from that, we find a lot of people also trooping in to participate in the exercise, and they do so because they feel this is the best way to go. And like Richard said, engaged quite a number of people here who are of the view that on such days, the nation should focus on making it a public holiday so that every individual in the country will participate in this particular exercise, which according to them will help save the forest zone, the river bodies, as well as help maintain climate change. So this is how this, what we saw in the region as I speak to you. The exercise has come to an end. A lot of people are still trooping in at the Forestry Commission for more of such trees to get them planted in their homes as well as their farms.
Interesting. Do they also talk about the plans of sustaining it? We've heard the plans in the northern and the Savannah region. Do they share this in your region?
Yeah, they did. They engaged a couple of stakeholders. We know schools participated. We know members of the Forestry Commission participated, and we know people, individuals in various. They did it in groups. So those planted along schools, the school authorities are to ensure that these trees are being taken care of or monitored, and the commission, we are told, will be having periodic visits to areas that these trees were planted, so that they make sure that these trees are not only planted today, they have a monitoring team that will also be following up to ensure that we will have more trees in the system going forward.
Thank you very much, Anas. Anas Sabit is our correspondent for the Bono East region. Let's go to the Upper West region. 150,000 trees are to be planted there as part of this project. The regional minister, Dr. Hafiz bin Salih, who led the charge, observes that the issue is not about planting trees necessarily, but nurturing them to survive. Our correspondent, Rafiq Salam, reports.
The clouds have already formed, threatening to rain before Upper West Regional Minister, accompanied by members of the Upper West Regional Security Council and heads of centralized institutions, arrived at the water plantation, better known here as Wa Forest, for the Green Ghana project. That, however, did not deter them from embarking on a project that will not only give the region a better vegetative cover, but more rains in the future on condition that it is efficiently implemented. The target is 150,000 trees to be planted in all 11 administrative districts and municipalities in the region. Upper West Regional Minister Dr. Hafiz bin Sali noted that the country the last 30 years has lost its forest cover, hence the need to plant more trees.
And if care is not taken, the entire forest cover of this country will be depleted. As humans, we need to put in efforts, particularly those of us in the 5 regions of the north. We are threatened by the desertification. So we need to consciously plant trees to regain our past status.
Dr. Bin Sali admonished the citizenry that the exercise is not only about planting trees, but nurturing them to survive.
For us in the Upper West region, our target is 150,000 trees will be planted today. I want to urge all of us, the issue is not about planting trees, but also nurturing them for it to survive. So I'm going to take note of where I'm going to plant this tree, and occasionally I will come to see whether the tree is surviving or not.
However, the exercise was nearly mad when the rain began to drizzle, but they stuck to their guns and ensured that all seedlings brought were planted before they left. Over 65 institutions in the Upper West region are taking part in the exercise, a move the Upper West Forestry Manager, Stephen Asamoah, stated that it is aimed at educating the public on the need to save the environment.
To collaborate all major stakeholders to undertake massive forestry or planting exercise, so that we will ensure we inculcate the habit in our children that we have to save our environment. So you can see within Upper West, over 65 institutions were all involved in these tree planting exercise.
This is a forest year in, year out that has been burned by the Onksuk clause. The big question is that will they allow these trees to also go the same way?
We have taken measures to embark people and educate people on the essence of preventing fire, and we have embarked on fire break around the system. That is why we chose this area, so that we can plant and protect our forest. This is Wagtown Plantation. Where we are currently standing is part of Wagtown Plantation, and we are assuring the public that with the involvement of everybody, this place will not going to burn again.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam.
Rafiq Salam, in the rain there. Rafiq, you must have taken some painkillers for that, have you?
I'm somebody who belongs to the water. I don't usually fall sick. So I was able to survive it.
Okay, I can see that the program seems to have gone on smoothly, you know, but for the rain, which of course is also a good sign, because we know that we won't have to send, you know, dams close to the trees to water them. But which area was allocated for the tree planting where you are? I mean, is it like a park like we saw in Cape Coast?
It's the Wagtown Plantation, better known here as the Wag Forest. You know, the Wag Forest, year in, year out, has always been devastated or ravaged by fire. And so part of it is being depleted. And so authorities, so let's say the Regional Security Council, saw the need to plant these seedlings there. And so they went to the edge of the forest around Danko, and that was where these trees were planted. And so in the region, we're going to have 150,000 seedlings being planted in all the 11 municipal and districts in the region.
Rafiq, is there anything else we need to share with our audience? Otherwise, that'll be it for me for now.
The Upper West Regional Minister made mention of the need to nurture these trees because they are thinking that it's not only about planting the trees, but they need to be nurtured. Because here is the case, trees, a lot of people have been planting trees, but they don't really take care of these trees, and so they allow them to die. And so he's saying that, there's this saying that the last man, the last tree that dies mean the last man who also died. The forestry manager also spoke about the need for collaboration because they have brought about 65 institutions are in the region to collaborate. They have been going around, they have been speaking to people about the need to make the environment safe. And so they think that it's a good project which they need to nurture and then to allow these trees to grow.
Rafiq, thank you very much. Rafiq Salam is our correspondent in the Upper West region. Ashanti Otumfuo II has planted a tree at the Royal Gold Club in Kumasi to commemorate the Green Ghana Day. This is to commence the planting of 1 million trees in the region. It's part of government efforts, as you know, to restore the depleting vegetative cover of the country. Nanaya Ojima is joining me. Nanaya, what can you report from Otumfuo's part of the exercise today?
So the exercise started early this morning around 9 a.m. and Ashanti before we got the golf club was already there, and he was eager to plant trees to protect the environment at the golf club where he usually trained. And this morning, according to the Forestry Commission, 1.2 million seeds have been taken from them by individuals and organizations to plant on this day. Already, the target for the Ashanti region is 1 million trees. So, if the individuals are able to plant all these trees, it means that the Ashanti region will be planting 200,000 trees in excess of the target that was given the Ashanti region. Now, the Ashanti regional minister Simon Osemena, who was also at the event this morning, says that there is need for every individual, every Ghanaian to help support this project, especially a government effort to deal with illegal mining and also illegal logging, so that the climate action that we are all now preaching will be attained. Also, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly from there also had its part of the tree planting exercise, and that took place at the this experimental basis where various dignitaries from the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly
I'd love for us to have a lot more of this conversation, but I'm having a hard time hearing you smoothly. Perhaps we can try it one last time, otherwise we'll move on. You were saying...
Yes, from the Kumasi Golf Club tree planting exercise, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly also had to commence their own tree planting exercise, which the target was to plant 500,000 trees today. That's half of the target that's been given to the Ashanti region. And this, the commemorative one, was held at State Experimental Beach. The plan is that the basic school in the metropolis will take up this project and be planting as many trees as possible to help the Metropolitan Assembly meet the target. Now, sustaining the exercise or nurturing these plants to live and fulfill their purpose is an issue that many continue to ask how the Assembly and the regional coordinating council intend to ensure that it's achieved. Now, from the Deputy Minister for Land and Natural Resources, Benito Osupio, the teachers in schools where these plants will be, these trees will be planted are to ensure that regularly these trees are watered. Now, the Forestry Commission also has a role to play in ensuring the plants are nurtured, and every Ghanaian is also being encouraged to adopt a tree so that this plan by government to grow 1 million trees in the Ashanti region is achieved.
Anaya, thank you very much. I hope that we will be able to sustain this across the board. Now, let's talk a bit more about this. I have environmental NGO Tropembos Ghana, together with partners Eco Care Ghana, European Union. They've donated 39,000 indigenous and fruit tree seedlings to the Bono East Regional Forest Office of the Forestry Commission to support this remarkable initiative. Monsieur Uswansa is a director at Tropembos Ghana. Hello, madam. Good afternoon. We've lost her, unfortunately. Well, moving on to other stories now. Over 30 diplomats joined thousands of Ghanaians across the country today to mark the Green Ghana Day. Outgoing UK High Commissioner to Ghana, Ian Walker, who was also at the event, lauded government efforts to replenish the country's depleting forests. He says illegal mining, galamsey, is a social problem which can be eliminated through the creation of more jobs. Maxwell Agbagba has more.
A total of 33 members of the diplomatic corps planted trees at the Forestry Commission to commemorate the day. They believe the first step towards saving the environment is by planting more trees. Yes, outgoing UK High Commissioner to Ghana, Ian Walker.
Galamsey is a social issue. I think that the consequences of it are profoundly difficult, I think, for our communities that live here in Ghana. And we need to do what we can to try and minimise clear galamsey happening. Insofar as one can understand, people are trying to make a livelihood, and things like forestry and such offer alternative livelihoods. I think we need to find alternatives to help young people kind of get into work, to have kind of ways of earning a living, and to make sure that at the same time as seeking to stop galamsey and all the problems that it brings, that we try and create alternatives. And it's why I really do care about days like today, actually, because this isn't just a good thing to do, it's the right thing to do. There is opportunity, whether it's around kind of planting forests for timber, whether it's around creating kind of future kind of markets for people to create jobs and opportunity. I think it's all part of the same thing, so we've got to change how we think about climate, and I think Ghana's in a good place to do that.
Vice President of the Fund-Raising Committee of the Green Ghana Project, Dr. Joyce I, is happy with measures put in place to stop the destruction of Ghana's forests. She says the conversation around illegal mining must be depoliticized, so there will be an all-hands-on-deck approach towards solving the age-long problem.
Don't let's talk about successive governments. Let's face the problem today and see what is happening today and see how we can take it up tomorrow. So the issue is, when you say government, do you know that you and me, if we say judiciary, your uncle, your aunt, everybody, it's a Ghanaian situation. A lot of us Ghanaians, when our relative gets involved, then we call in the morning to a chief, go and talk to this justice because my brother, we have to stop that. The law must take its course. And that's why if we are personally interested in leaving a land that can support life for today's generation and tomorrow's generation, that's how we should see it. There should be resources for our use today, and they must be available for ensuing generations. To also, that's what sustainability is about. Let's enjoy what we have today, but let's make sure that the same enjoyment is passed to the next generation.
Rwanda's High Commissioner to Ghana is also excited about the project.
First of all, I want to congratulate Ghana and also really congratulate and appreciate His Excellency Akufo-Addo's initiative, which was in the statement that he made to the nation earlier on in the year. I'm really so excited that action is taking, following up on what he committed, is coming out very fast despite the challenges that we have of COVID. So that for me is the first point. Second is that we are very delighted and honored to be here as a High Commission representing my country in Ghana. Ghana and Rwanda share a very solid, lasting relationship that we have enjoyed. And so we're here not really to say what Ghana can learn from Rwanda, it's just to share experience and share lessons, because there is so much that also Ghana has shared with us, and we'll be more than happy to do the same. So today I'm happy that I've been part of this team, and I think from our experience, this is a very key milestone. What is also really important is our ability to follow up on what we have planted and ensure that they grow. And then we continue campaigning to do the same.
I have the Colombian ambassador to Ghana now joining. I also have the head of the European Union here in Ghana, also with me joining. They are all taking part in the exercise.
We are really happy to be here today together with the highest representatives of the government of Ghana and of the European Union's main objective for the next years is to fight against climate change and to become a climate neutral continent. So we are very happy that Ghana has decided to join. European Union will support. We have already in the last 3 years planted about 300,000 trees in different parts of Ghana with our environmental projects. So we will continue to do this in the future, and we welcome very much that the government of Ghana is doing this.
All right, so let's return to the Tropembos conversation. I have the Mercy Owusu-Ansah, who is with Tropembos Ghana. It's an NGO, as I said, together with their partners, EcoCare in Ghana. EcoCare Ghana, European Union, they've donated 39,000 indigenous and fruit tree seedlings to the Bono East Regional Office of the Forestry Commission. Mercy, thank you for your time. Now, the Green Ghana project appears to have received nationwide support. How, from your perspective, do we sustain it?
So it's very simple. What we have to do is to make sure that we have a database of wherever we have planted a tree. We know where we have planted. We know who have planted, and then we follow up in the coming years. So that is what Tropembos Ghana and EcoCare Ghana have done. We have kept the names of every single person and community who has received tree seedlings from our end, and we are going to make sure that every year we contact these people and make sure that the trees that have been planted are growing. If they are not growing, we are going to replace them. Let me also add that for us, it's not just about adults doing the tree planting. We also engage some schools. We went into essay competition with the schools, and we have given them prizes. We have given them trees to plant. So we are going to follow up with those schools in the Bono East, also in the Seshuyo Jaboso landscape, to make sure that the trees that we have distributed to the schools are also growing. So it's about following up, making sure that the trees are growing year after year and adding on to what we have planted.
Interesting. Is that the same as the Lean project, or is the Lean project different? Educate us.
Yes, exactly. It is under the Lean project that Tropembos Ghana and EcoCare Ghana supplied the seedlings in the Bono East. But apart from the Lean project, Tropembos also has other projects in other landscapes. And we didn't just do the Lean project. We also did some other DIS with a school in the Kintampo area called Apaso, and another 4 schools in the Seshuyo Jaboso landscapes.
Okay. Well, we wish you all the best. Unless you have some final words, I would call it today.
A final word is that we also did some around mining areas. And we have to take this opportunity to tell the nation that it is very, very, very expensive to restore mining areas. So we should be careful when we are mining.
Thank you very much. Mercy Owusu-Ansah there. Ghana has experienced the largest relative increase in primary forest loss of all tropical countries, according to an analysis of satellite data published by US-based World Resource Institute, WRI. The report says that Ghana's loss of primary forest cover surged 60% from 2017 to 2018, almost entirely from its protected areas. Attempts at forestalling degradation of the forest have had limited success. Mahmoud Mohamed Nuruddin looks at the effect on economic trees cut down in the Tinte Bipo Forest Reserve as a result.
Mehame in the Twi language literally means "don't come and worry me," but a name that is supposed to reflect in people's lives is quite the opposite. People give it a different sense of its name. Mehame has about 300 residents, mainly farmers surrounded by beautiful nature, rainforest. But within a few kilometers lies a sad reality: the destruction of Tintin-Bipo Forest Reserve. The chainsaw is falling on Tintin-Bipo's jungles. Unlike in the past, there are no trees here to protect us when it rains, and the rainfall patterns have also changed. I am truly concerned by the destruction of the forest. The reserve was dominated by economical trees like odum, mahogany, danta, among others.
This forest used to be virgin forest. Most of the trees like odum, wawa, mansonia, and the rest, most of the indigenous trees. But now, the illegal chainsaw operators has cut down all the trees, and illegal farming has dominated this forest. Due to that, the forest has been degraded.
The loss of trees and other vegetation cover can cause soil erosion, fewer crops, increased greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and a host of problems for indigenous people.
Rainforests provide humans with more than just trees. Biodiversity loss causes sickness, poverty, and even wars. Thousands of plant species that provide human medicine would be lost. Many poor communities like Mehame won't get plant life for medication. In the past, we saw different animals, but now they have all moved.
Normally, if you move into this forest, you will see a lot of animals in it. But due to the deforestation, you cannot find any animal in this forest. And the impact is too much. So we need people to come in to invest in tree planting so that the climate change, which is affecting us globally, can be reduced.
The World Health Organization estimates about 80% of African population uses traditional urban medicine as part of primary health care. Lack of vegetation could result in rapidly increasing climate change. Rainforests are also known as carbon sinks. This means they consume carbon dioxide, clearing it from the atmosphere. Whilst aspiring to become industry-friendly, Ghanaians must also spare a thought for the ecology. That is why Envirotech Bamboo Limited is restoring the degraded forest with bamboo. Chief Executive Officer Bernice Dapa and her team are planting thousands of bamboo in Mehame and surrounding areas.
What we do is we're trying to see how best we can restore the degraded lands with bamboo. Having we piloted our project in Bunahafo, in Banda and Kintampo, some of the communities, we are so happy that the Forestry Commission has given us one compartment of land to plant bamboo to restore the lands. Aside, we're looking at how we can develop the bamboo as a raw material base for industrial use.
The initiative will not only provide vegetation to the environment, but create an economic empowerment program for women.
We are also trying to see how best we can create economic empowerment for it. We're trying to engage a lot of women on board as economic empowerment. We're looking at how they can promote the industrial base.
The choice of bamboo to restore the forest is because of its ability to produce more oxygen.
We love the idea of we using bamboo to restore the degraded lands, planting at the river banks, because bamboo is renewable. As such, it prevents soil erosions. It also generates a lot of oxygen that balances the carbon dioxide as a carbon sink. So basically, we like all these qualities of bamboo. And aside, it's very renewable, and we can use it on industrial base too.
Benny says environmental protection is a topmost priority. It is the hope of the organization that the Mehame forest would be restored to protect lives and vegetation. A report by Mohamed Nuruddin.
And finally on this, Multimedia Group has partnered with the Labadi Beach Hotel to join the rest of the country to plant trees today. Government had announced, this plan that a lot of people say is ambitious to plant at least 5 million trees today in a bid to reclaim our country's green landscape. Well, let's bring you highlights of when Edem Naite, head of programs at Joy FM, and Labadi Beach's Renee Vincent Ents joined to plant the trees.
2 of the seedlings already planted and more are going to follow. Just for the purposes of this particular interaction, we're doing 2 just to show the viewers what we are doing today.
It's a tall order, but it's very doable. We are extremely proud to join you guys and the Multimedia Group in this very, very, very important track. It's important for our green policy, something we believe in very much, as you do as well. Therefore, we have to secure this world for our children, and this is one of the good ways of doing it. So it doesn't take much of a brain cell to know that you have to be part of something like this, and we are very, very staunch believer in that.
And somebody will be asking that why the Multimedia Group, why the Joy Brands particularly, why choose us?
There's no doubt that the partnership that we have with you guys is absolutely nationwide. It's something that people like. It's people know you guys, they know us, and they see that particular partnership will work very, very well. We are promoting everything together, whether it's our staycations, whether it's everything that we have to do at Labadi Beach. Here we always look at the glasses half full rather than half empty, and the way that the times are today, we think that's extremely exciting to be shouting from the rooftops with people like your good selves or what the good things people can expect from Labadi Beach Hotel. And these are part of those things that it's part of our role in community to be part of stuff like that.
And definitely we're leaving this in your care as stewards of these seedlings. We hope that in a year or 2 when we come back we'll still see them alive and do even better.
You will be the first recipient of a coconut, I promise you that. No, absolutely it will be. We have more than 400 coconut trees in the Labadi Beach Hotel. It's very important to us, the green environment, our green policies, as I mentioned before, and to shout with you guys as partners, Multimedia Group, is a no-brainer. It's a straightforward relationship which we are very proud of, and something that we will want to continue for always. And if we can do something like this together, there is no stopping us, is there?
Definitely. Renee Vincent, and he's managing director Labadi Beach Hotel. Let me now speak to Edem Naite. She's programs manager Joy FM. And so Edem, you could just join me. I'm really upbeat about this entire exercise. We're planting this. It's maybe symbolic, but it speaks to even more in terms of what we believe in at the Multimedia Group.
Yes, definitely. And we set the national agenda quite often, and we champion this. So when the president called on all Ghanaians that we need to embark on this exercise, definitely we just have to embrace it because we believe in it. He actually did mention that our very existence is tied to this. We all just can't sit back and watch our environment just get wiped out because they're felling trees, galamsey here and there and all that. So it's a call from the president. We believe in it and we are supporting it as a group.
And definitely, this is a question I asked Renee, that really after this, what next? Are we going to see it,
Oh, definitely. We have a long-standing partnership with the Labadi Beach Hotel. They are our strong partners. They support our activities. So we decided to do this together because he realized that they also believe in a lot of greenery. You come around here, the buildings are beautiful, but you still have a very green and a very beautiful environment. So why not? We are going to nurture it, watch it, make it grow. Every once in a while we will come. I heard you say that you have left it in their care, but we're jointly going to nurture it and ensure that it grows to fulfill the purpose for which we are doing this today.
And that's our team leads, planting on our behalf. This is The Pulse. I am Gifty Ando Apia. A quick break. I'm right back after this.